Hello, folks. This is another edition of my show, The Story Dollar Show. I'm coming to you live from my house right here in Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada, where the current temperature right now in the city of Winnipeg is about 12 degrees, and there's light rain showers. And the winds are about 41 kilometers an hour, gusting to 51 kilometers an hour from the northwest. And it looks like things are going to be. It looks like the showers should be ending sometime this evening, and the winds are going to be less gusty, but they're still going to be gusty. It's going to be about 30 kilometers an hour, gusting to 50 from the northwest, and then pretty. It looks like it's relatively clear and nice weather throughout the week, but you never know. The weather people can change their minds, and Mother Nature can change your mind and say, yeah, you know what? I hate you people that live here in the city of Winnipeg and in Manitoba in general. Because you never know with, like I say, you never know with the weather people, and you never know with Mother Nature herself. But yeah, now let's just get right into my show. I'm gonna start off with a news-related subject. This is from this one is article is titled "100-kilogram incendiary bomb causes a wildfire in Germany." A 100 kg white phosphorus bomb caused a huge forest fire in Germany. The blaze started at a former military range near the town of Wittstock, and engulfed an area of 57 hectares over 2 days. Local residents and workers at the nearby construction site reported hearing a loud blast on Thursday before a plume of smoke started rising over the abandoned forest area, the German media said. Firefighters intentionally suspected it was decommissioned a suspected decommissioned power plant as the possible site of the explosion, but failed to find any signs of damage or flames during inspections. The mysterious bang turned out to be an explosion from an old incendiary bomb at a nearby military range. The nearby 120 square kilometer site was used between 1952 and 1993 when much of Eastern Germany was a part of the communist East Germany. The range was used by Soviet troops stationed there for testing weapons. After the Soviet pull-out, the Bundeswehr has been slowly clearing the area of unexplosive, mon- unexploded Muntins. And sorry for the mispronunciation ahead of time. Anyways, the bomb disposal unit on Thursday did not go. The bomb disposal on Thursday did not go as planned, as white phosphorus continued contained in the explosive device spilled out uncontrollably and caused a wildfire. German firefighters were unable to properly deal with the fire because of the risk it posed by old bombs and shells. Instead, they contained the fire and prevented it from spreading outwards. So, as you can imagine, working in that part of Germany, and you're working at that particular construction site that I just mentioned, and you hear a loud explosion, you're like, what the fuck is going on here? And the thought never occurs to you at first, but then when you hear about it, you're like, holy shit! An old incendiary bomb, an old incendiary bomb that exploded. Like that's just to happen. sometimes that's a hazard, in some countries all over Europe, especially like because somebody in some of these countries you never know. There could be like old exploded bombs or landmines or whatever in some European countries, and for these people that are tasked with disposing of these unexplosive um, bombs and devices or whatever, it's a very hazardous job, and it could very much cost them their lives. In other words, what else? Oh, here's an interesting article from. Pardon me. This is an article from Sportsnet. It's titled "Jacob Trouba Requests Trade from Winnipeg." Kurt Overhard, agent of unsigned Winnipeg defenseman Jacob Trouba, released a statement Friday indicating his client wants to be traded. Our client, Jacob Trouba, will not be attending the Winnipeg Jets. Will will not be attending the Winnipeg Jets NHL training camp since May. We have been working with the Jets management in effort to facilitate a trade of Trouba's rights. Both parties continue to work on this matter. There has been no negotiation regarding the terms of a contract between our client and the Jets over the course of the last several months. The situation is not about money. It is solely about our client having the opportunity to realize his potential as a right shot NHL defenseman. To the Jets' credit, the club has two outstanding right shot veteran defensemen, and our client simply wants the opportunity to have a greater role. As a consequence of the Jets' depth on the right side, we believe it is in the both parties' best interest to facilitate a mutual advantageous trade. So, um, yeah, I understand, both sides of the story, but like if Jacob Trouba, wants to be traded, he wants to be traded. Like he's still, Jacob Trouba's still a young man, and he wants, a greater role in that. If he wants it, he wants it. You know, type of thing. Excuse me again. Pardon me. And now, as you all probably know, tonight, for you YouTubers that are on YouTube, it is WWE Clash of Champions, which takes place from the Bakersfield Life Fieldhouse in Indianapolis, Indiana, and the matches that'll be taking place tonight. The first one, it'll be in a singles match, Divas match. It'll be Alicia Fox versus Nia Jax. And then for the WWE Cruiserweight Championship, it'll be the current reigning defending champion TJ Perkins versus the veteran Brian Kendrick. And for you people that do not know who Brian Kendrick is he was in WWE at one time, and this was like a long time ago. Like now he's like in his late, I believe he's like in his late 30s, type of thing. And I think the WWE Cruiserweight Classic, kind of reinvigorated, um, Brian Kendrick's wrestling career. And then the other singles match it'll be Winnipeg's own Chris Jericho taking on Montreal Quebec's Sami Zayn. Now these two have just been really just nicknaming each other. I think what was really funny on an episode of Raw one Monday night on the highlight reel, basically what Sami Zayn said to Chris Jericho in a way was kind of funny, but Jericho wasn't funny. Sami Zayn said to Jericho, "You're nothing but a stupid Canadian," and that's what Sami Zayn said to Chris Jericho, and then Chris Jericho was just livid, after what Sami Zayn said. And I think in the WWE, I think the only way for guys to settle their problems is inside the squared circle and not in any type of singles match. Could be a regular singles match, submission match, steel cage match, hell in a cell, whatever type of match. But anyways, and then the other championship that'll be defended tonight will be it's a triple threat match for the WWE Raw Women's Championship. It'll be the current champion. It'll be Charlotte versus Bayley versus Sasha Banks. And then for the WWE Raw Tag Team Championship, it'll be the New Day of Big E Langston, Kofi Kingston, and or Xavier Woods versus Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson. And then the other one, it'll be for the WWE United States Championship. It'll be Rusev, accompanied by his wife Lana, versus Roman Reigns. And these two have and again, this is just another example of bad blood between two wrestlers like Rusev and Roman Reigns. And I think Roman Reigns, could win the United States Championship, but the only problem with that is, I think the only way Rusev is going to retain his WWE United States Championship is if somehow Lana interferes in the match, which you know is going to happen. So there's absolutely no point in saying that, but I'm just saying it anyways. And then the other match, it's another singles match. It'll be the final match in the best of 7 series between Cesaro and Sheamus. And then which more than likely will be the main event of the evening, it'll be for the WWE Universal Championship. It'll be the current reigning defending champion from Mario Quebec, Canada, Kevin Owens, and then versus his challenger from Devonport, Iowa, Seth Rollins. And these two of again, this is another example of two wrestlers just going at each other's throats. You know what I mean? So this is shaping out to be an awesome first pay-per-view for the Raw brand. What else? Other than that, what else? Here are some MLB scores from yesterday. Here are the following winners. Are the Cardinals, Rangers, Red Sox, Nationals, Angels, Phillies, White Sox, Dodgers, Royals, Blue Jays, Orioles, Reds, Mariners, Twins, and Giants. Those are your winners from yesterday's MLB games. And then the other CFL scores from week 14 of the CFL. The Ottawa Red Blacks beat the Toronto Argonauts 29-12. And then the Edmonton Eskimos beat the BC Lions 27-23. And then the Calgary Stampeders beat the Winnipeg Blue Bombers 36 to 34, and that was a pretty good close game. I thought the Winnipeg Blue Bombers were actually going to pull off the 8th straight win this season, but unfortunately that didn't happen. But good job anyways to the Bombers. And then the Saskatchewan Roughriders won another game, 20 to 18 over Sac Colaris and the Hamilton Tiger-Cats. So those are your scores from Week 14 of the CFL. And then for you people that are on YouTube, Week 15 of the CFL kicks off on Friday with the Winnipeg Blue Bombers taking on the reigning defending Grey Cup champions, the Edmonton Eskimos. And then on Saturday, it'll be in the first of two games. First in the afternoon, it'll be the Calgary Stampeders taking on the Hamilton Tiger-Cats. And then later on in the evening, it'll be the Ottawa Redblacks taking on the BC Lions. And then to cap off Week 15 of the CFL, it'll be the Toronto Argonauts versus the Montreal Alouettes. So that's sure to shape out to be a good week in the CFL. And then what was I gonna say? Yeah. Anyways, yeah. Other than that, I'm just sitting at home, relaxing, and I've started back to most of my sports like bowling and swimming, but I don't start back to curling yet. It's when we have ice available at the Rossmere Country Club where I curl up with my curling team, rock solid. And then what was I gonna say? Oh, and here's a news article from CBC News Manitoba. It's titled "Winnipeg Police Officer Recovered Stolen Taser, Arrests 19-year-old." Winnipeg police have made an arrest and recovered a taser that was stolen during a street fight earlier this month. On September 3rd, police came across a big group of people that were seen fighting and causing disturbance in the area of Roser Street and Bannatyne Avenue. I'm sorry for the mispronunciation ahead of time. The two officers on the scene were tried to attend to an injured male and to break up things, but then the crowd got in the way, police said. One of the officers pulled out and discharged his taser as police in the people in the crowd began assaulting both of them, police said. The taser was dropped and then lost in the process. After a week-long investigation, police found the taser and arrested a 19-year-old suspect, who is facing charges in his role for the role he allegedly played in stealing the device from officers. The man is charged for assault with a weapon, unauthorized possession of a firearm, and theft under $5,000, possession of a weapon, carrying a concealed weapon, and unauthorized possession of a weapon in a vehicle, and possession of a firearm. Which are the list of charges that this 19-year-old faced. Like, sometimes the level of stupidity amazes me with people at times. But what do you expect out of people in this world, anyways? What was I gonna say? For you other people that are on YouTube that may not be subscribed to my channel, the Stuart Dahl Show. my show, what I do is I talk about just random things. I talk about my sports and what I do, but and it's not just that. I talk about current news related subjects and sports and all that other stuff in general. Uh, uh, but yeah, that's pretty much what my show is about. Yeah. Now I'm gonna read you this other article. This is titled "Alleged ISIS member detained at airport." This is in Germany. Um, the federal prosecutor's office says a 22-year-old German man has been detained at Dusseldorf Airport upon his return from Turkey for his alleged membership in the Islamic State group. The office said in a statement Saturday that Alan O, whose last name has been not been given in accordance with German privacy law, is accused of having gone to Syria in August of 2015 to join the extremist group. The man also is suspected of having asked other people in Germany to move to Syria and Iraq to become part of the militant group. The statement says the suspect left Syria and moved to Turkey last winter. So yeah, and again, this is just another prime example of the whole of this BS that's been going on in the world as of late. And what else? And that oh yeah. So what else? What else? Oh, here's another article. This is from Fox News World. It is titled "Holocaust Survivor Max Haben Mannheimer Dies in Germany at the Age of 96." Holocaust survivor Max Mannheimer, who dedicated his life to post-war Germany and to fighting anti-Semitism, has died. Has died. He was 96. German Chancellor Angela Merkel honored Mannerheim Saturday for his efforts to keeping the memory of the Holocaust alive. Her spokesman Stefan Seibert, sorry for the mispronunciation ahead of time, said on Twitter that Merkel is mourning his death and what he we owe him gratitude. Mannenheimer spent 2 years has spent 2 years spent 2 years being held in different death camps, including Auschwitz. Most of his family was murdered during the Holocaust. At the end of the Third Reich, Mannerheim dedicated his life to talking about the horrors he experienced. He also became the head of the community of former prisoners of the Dachau concentration camp. The German news agency dpa reports that Mannerheim died Friday at Munich hospital. No cause of death was given. So again, like this is a prime example of of how people former survivors and that Holocaust survivors wanna that are fighting anti-Semitism and for me as a German, it's a very sensitive subject because most Germans don't like talking about the darkest chapter in German history from 1933 to 1945 because of all the internal shame that Adolf that World War One veteran Adolf Hitler and his political party brought. Basically, in other words, yeah, they brought eternal shame to Germany, and that you know, and it really it's really mind-boggling that why would people do such a thing just to one particular minority, like type of thing. But yeah, but but yeah, I do thank Mannerheimer for his work on fighting anti-Semitism and yeah he's gonna be missed amongst the German people. What else? Here's another news-related subject. This is from from B, from CBC News Manitoba. It's titled "Adult Sentence Denied in the Murder of Nigel Dixon." A young Winnipeg man who was fatally shot a total stranger in the or no apparent back for no apparent reason in April 2013 will serve 4 more years behind bars, a judge has ruled. The offender has a few months shy of his 18th birthday when he shot and killed Nigel Dixon, 20, in the city's West End. He learned his fate in the Manitoba's Court of Queen's Bench this month after after previously pleading guilty to second-degree murder. He cannot be identified as the case falls under the Canada's Youth Criminal Justice Act. Justice Colleen Such, sorry for the mispronunciation ahead of time, ruled against the Crown's bid for an adult sentence in Dixon's death, which have resulted in a life penalty without the chance of parole for 7 years, and would have seen him supervised for life upon release from prison. And so yeah, it really again, it really amazes me it really amazes me what certain people do in this world, but what do you expect? Can be sometimes a crazy and psychotic world, and that as it has been, you know, has been. But yeah. What would I say? Uh, oh, here's another news-related subject. This is titled "Terror Plots in Germany. France were remotely controlled by Islamic State operatives." On July 18th, an Afghan refugee named Reza Khan, also known as Mohammed Raid, assaulted passengers on a train in Würzburg, Germany, with an axe and a knife. Nearly 1 week later, on July 24th, a Syrian refugee identified as Mohammed Ali blew himself up outside a music festival in the German city of Ansbach. About about approximately 20 people were wounded in the incidents. Um, the Amqua news agency, sorry for the mispronunciation, a propaganda arm of the Islamic State, quickly issued claims of responsibility for the operations. Um, Amqua, and sorry for the mispronunciation again, also released videos of Khan and Dal, and sorry for the mispronunciation, I'm not really good with names, in which they swore allegiance to Alpha Bakra. I'm not even gonna finish the name. It's so hard to pronounce. German authorities discovered there was much more to the story than that. But again, I'm not gonna finish this story in that. But this is just a prime example, another prime example of how crazy this world become these days and that. Um, but the thing is, what can you do? To stop. What can you do to stop this? Threat and that. But there, it just seems like ever since the this migrant crisis came about, it seems like Germany has taken in all these refugees and that, but as a result of this, some of them they probably should have been properly screened and that see if they have any any past criminal convictions, or they could be a part of any known terrorist group like Al Qaeda or any other terrorist group in the world. And that is, I think that these refugees or migrants, whatever you call them, should have been properly screened before entering Germany, and then there wouldn't be this problem in the first place. Like I have nothing against refugees and migrants. All they simply want to do is they're leaving their countries and that because it's for two reasons. It's for financial reasons and for better life, because they some their countries that they live in are some of these countries that they live in, like Iraq and Syria, like they they live in really intolerable conditions, and all they're doing is they're simply fleeing their countries, in search of a better life. But you know, again, again, they should have been properly screened before entering all these European countries and that in the first place. But I understand, I understand both sides of the story. Like there were so many refugees that came in, and they could be properly processed and stuff like that. But I understand that. I'm not mad about it, but I understand that point of view. What else? Well, I'm gonna end my show on this note. This has been another edition of my show, the Stuart Doll Show. I'm signing off for now, but for you young people, stay in school, stay out of trouble, and you'll do great. And again, I'll try to make videos for my show, the Stuart Doll Show, as often as I can, but it's really hard because I'm really busy with work and sports and that right now, but I'll try to make videos for my show as often as I can. But for now, I'll be the same. Bye, and just try and stay cool, my friend.